Hello, racing fans, and welcome back to another edition of Handicappers Corner, brought to you by the Derby Bar and Grill. I'm Mike Hensel, Drew Forster. We're going to go through the Saturday, July the 15th races at Hastings. Should be a great day. We have 8 races on Saturday, 8 on Sunday. We do have a stake race at this feature, Dazzling Dawn. Of course, the reigning 3-year-old filly queen right now, and she'll be facing Yukon Bell, who was a 2-year-old filly champion last year, and those two will duke it out for the first time at a mile on the 16th this year, and that'll be in race number 3. There's only 5 of them signed on.
Yeah, nice to see them finally going long. And don't forget also, Wiener Dogs.
Oh, don't forget that.
Don't forget the Wiener Dogs. That is
really
really
some
something.
Post-time changes. We got to slide them Wiener Dogs in between races.
Yes.
And it's always fun to watch. Yeah, that's cool. It is a lot of fun. They don't run straight.
You get a good crowd out.
Give me inquiry in every race, but we don't bother with that.
It gets the crowd out. It's a fun day, and it will be sunny and beautiful, as Mike mentioned. 8 races on tap. Let's get right into it.
Go for it.
2-year-olds, maiden 16, going 3.5 to kick off the card. Field of 8 here. Yeah. Boy, this is a tough one to try and pick a winner out of. I mean, Phil Hall's having a great year. The horse has a start. I went to the 1, Sheriff Clark. Thought enough of it to run it in a maiden special weight. Comes out of a live maiden special weight with He's the Reason, Mr. Finch European, of course, and He's the Reason in the stake tomorrow. The Spaghetti Mouse only got beat 6 lengths, and he has a start, so I think that puts him forward of the others. So I'm going to put him on top. I threw in Suzette out of a very live 2-year-old barn, Greg Tracer, Mario Saunders in the 2nd spot, and Fortune Seeker, Richard Hamill and Charlene Miller. This one looks like he's got some talent. 36 flat gate work in his latest. 1-4-3 for me.
I got the same horses. I have no strong opinion in this race. This is one of those races, once again, I hate to be repetitive, but get down to the paddock, have a peek at them, see, you might be able to find some clues if you're at the track and as to who might be live and who looks good, who's not handling things well, who's washing out and being really fidgety and silly. Maybe you can throw those ones out. But I went to the 1 on form. This is Sheriff Clark. A lot of times horses second time out do a lot better, break better. And that's a...
And he's the only one with a start, so you have to think that, you know, if they're relatively even, he should have a little bit of a leg up on him.
Yeah, and he ran against a lot tougher horses. Those are saltier 3.5 furlong horses. So even with an average beginning, he might get the lead in here. He couldn't get an average beginning. Didn't get him the lead last time.
With all
he just got him in mid-pack, and
he
ran okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, against this group, he could find the lead. And so I went Sheriff Clark with Amadeo Perez. I agree with the 3, Fortune Seeker, good works, good connections, and the 4, Suzette, same thing. Decent works. Looks like they were prepping him to go a little farther, or her a little farther, but they're going to sprint her 3.5. Maybe she's fast. 1-3-4 for me in the Saturday opener, but once again, no strong pick in race number 1. I think you need a lot in there. On to race number 2, $4,000 fillies and mares going 6 1/2 furlongs. I'm going to give the 1 Rachel Run another chance. She was a favorite last time. Did lose to Zanita Rose, who was long odds. I think those are your 2 horses. Rachel Run will have to deal with a bit of speed, not as much as last time. Last time was crazy. The track was playing for closers. As you can tell by the time, 1:20. I mean, the track was laboring. It wasn't a great speed track. I'm not sure if that's going to be the case on Saturday again, but Rachel Run looks like a way easier race for speed. She's just going to have to deal, I think, with Texas Alley Cat. That's it. Her stablemate Valid Val is not going with her. Lady Cash is not fast enough. The other 2 runners are closers. Rachel Run's race to win or lose. I put Zanita Rose in for 2nd and Valid Val for 3rd. I was between Texas Alley Cat and Valid Val for 3rd. I went 1-4-3.
I like Zanita Rose here.
She's running great.
She's run solid races this year at big odds. 31-1. She wins the non-wars the year before.
She's going to be 3-1, so you got to throw her
First out. Yeah, exactly. Then she went up to that 12-5 with Stormstalker, and she spends by the considerably tougher horses, obviously. Back in for 62.50. I mean, she beat SL Express. Sabrina come back the other day, got beat by 4, but SL Express is a salty mare. She's beating good horses, and I mean, Lady Cash, I'm hoping Lady Cash presses. Texas Alley Cat can press. I'm going the other way. I'm hoping that there is speed in here.
I don't think it'll be fast, but you were handicapping for a fast.
I'm hoping that they press, and it sets up for Zanita Rose. So I got her on top of Valid Vow. I can see come back to run a big one. She won for 4. Then went up in that same Zanita Rose race. Only got beat 2 lengths. So I can see her coming back with a good effort. And I put Rachel Run in the 3rd spot. I went 4, 3, and 1 in the 2nd. On to the 3rd, the Supernatural. Nice stake for 3-year-old fillies. 5 of them in here. I mean, I've gone to Dazzling Dawn. She's the one you got to beat. Look at her form this year. Actually, look at her form lifetime. The only time she did get beat, which is interesting, was going long, and that was by Yukon Bell. But I don't think she was as good at 2 as she is at 3.
Of course she's developed.
Yeah, she's just been amazing this year. You know, wins by 8 3/4, 6 3/4, 7. she's won by 23 lengths or something, 22 lengths in 3 races. Couldn't be more impressive. I've asked Richard too, you know, what do you think? Is she going to get the distance? He says the way she runs, I really don't think the distance is going to be a problem. So I'm landed on Dazzling Dawn. The obvious threat to her is Yukon Bell, as I mentioned, who did beat her last year in the fantasy. Going long, she skipped the last stake to drop down, just get, you know, get a nice win at the 25 optional race, which she was obviously eligible for, and set her up good for this. What she really wants to do is go long. Got her in the second spot, and I put good luck to you. Well-bred daughter of Bellamy Road that's dying to go long too. That was an impressive run from last time to get up and beat her stablemate Baby's Got Track. I think she gets better as they stretch out as well. 3-5-4 for me.
Yeah, I agree. Dazzling Dawn, obviously the horse to beat. She's the horse of the year right now. You know, if you had to give honors in July, I mean, she's horse of the year by a mile. She's just been super impressive. She's moving forward. She still has to prove she can go long. I think she will. Richard thinks she will. She still has to go out and do it. And that'll be the whole key. And she's getting up there in weight, 124 pounds. I mean, I'm going to try Yukon Bell, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Dazzling Dawn win by 5 lengths again, and Yukon Bell.
That's what you expect. That's what you expect, and you're hoping that she can turn the tables on her going long.
But when you're getting 9 pounds, and Yukon Bell is not a sprinter, and she is a route horse, and she's just been winning sprinting because she's been running against inferior company last time, and even when she won a stake, I mean, those weren't tough races when she was winning stakes. Her best race was in the fantasy when she ran long, and she was really impressive. Running in 1:45, it was faster time than the boys that year, or that last year. Straight Remark won the Ascot graduation. This filly wants to run long, and you know, maybe she's, you know, she'll need to run faster maybe than 1:45 to defeat Dazzling Dawn. I have to be in the 1:43 and change. And I think she can do it, especially with a 9-pound break in the weights. But as they said off the top, Dazzling Dawn still has to run long. When I see her run long, I'll be a firm believer. 6.5 furlongs, Dazzling Dawn will beat everyone in this field by 10 lengths easily. But at a mile 16th, things change, and especially the weights. I went 5-3-1. I put Baby's Got Track in for third. 5-3-1 for me in the Supernatural, named for the good race mare.
Jacobson's,
Roy and Dixie Jacobson. Donnie Morrison trained it, and Alan Cuthbertson rode it many times.
How long ago? What was that, back in the late 80s?
Late 80s, She's a police car mare out of Liberated Woman. Yeah, she's a nice race, big, beautiful chestnut mare that definitely deserves a race named in her honor.
Absolutely.
On to the fourth race, $16,000 conditional claimers here. This is the boys that actually have the girls running as well this weekend. Mile 16th, non-2, non-3 lifetime. I went to the 2 Sanawar. Broke his maiden. It was a gift. I mean, he broke his maiden. There was 4 of them that went out there in that race. He went crazy fractions. They were lined up 4 across the track. I think Brother Rod was 4 wide. Jackson Teller was on the rail.
Yeah, there was.
Jackson Teller has since come back to win for maiden 8, and Brother Rod's in for 8 as well. But Sanawar got a great setup, but still won the race. He's definitely a better horse going
by
long.
almost 9.
By almost in 147.
You
know, it wasn't the horse looks good in this spot. This race didn't come up super tough. These 16 non-2, non-3s have come up a lot tougher than this. And I think Sanawar can defeat the 3 Laguna Blaze, who I was really impressed with. Thought that first race going long was very good. Horse had a big layoff, had a sprint, and then a really good route race last time. Chased some fast fractions, or decent fractions, and still ran on well. I thought that was a good race behind PS Diamond Cutter and Great Promise. And I put the 6 horse Sunset Drive in for third. He was second last time sprinting. He still has to prove he can go long. He's been maybe a bit better sprinter, but still I just liked him a little better maybe than some of the others. I went 2-3-6.
I don't know much to add. Sanawar was very impressive last time, and you look at his record going long. He got beat by Great Promise last year. He got beat ahead by Sergeant Rick, who's a pretty nice 3-year-old.
Last year, he's a 4-year-old.
He just broke his maiden for 16 by 8. This is the perfect spot to put him in. 16 long, non-2. It fits him very well. I got Sanawar in the top spot. I agree with you. Laguna Blaze in the second spot. Good third last time after pressing the pace. And he got to the races late. 11th of June was his first start. Then he goes long. I think he's going to settle more into a rhythm now. He's race fit, and he could improve off of that.
I could have flip-flopped him. 3-2, 2-3 for me. I mean, there's not a lot between a lot of these horses.
He's a pretty cool horse.
Competitive little field.
And I put Santa Fe Trail in the third spot. One of maiden special weight first out. The first time he went long in this exact condition, he won. I don't know what happened last time. He got back he went up into allowance race, but then he come back into this condition. Just didn't fire last time. But I'm not giving up on him. He's one of the few in the race that's actually won 2. So he fits the condition well, and Amadeo Perez rides him.
Horses are all pretty even. I mean, no one that wins by 8.
He's in it,
This will be like a desperate nose somewhere.
2, 3, 4 for me, take a few in there. On to the 5th, maiden 8, 3 and up, going 6.5 furlongs. Two big droppers in here on the maiden special weight category. I landed on Catch 21 for the Hastings Racing Club out of the Steve Henson barn. He's had some decent races this year where he struck the front, got beat by as good as they get in Soul Cat. Only got beat 3 lengths in that race. Came back with a good effort in that Naughty Newman Soul Cat race. Last time, pressed the pace, going long, and kind of fell apart, but now he gets back to a sprint and drops in for 8. I got Catch 21 on top of Brother Rod, who's going to be a handful in here too. He got beat in that Sanawar race, as we mentioned last out, going long. He's had 2 long races. Now he goes back to a sprint and in for 8,000. Enrique Gonzalez takes over. That's not going to hurt his chances. I got him in the 2nd spot, and I threw El Cid in the 3rd spot for Dave Forster and our good friend Arnie Benowith. He didn't get much out of his first 2 races. I feel like he really got something out of that last race, and he could move forward off that good second behind Footman. I went 5, 3, and 9.
I agree. I went Brother Rod, though, on top.
Well, that's one of those two. It's Brother Rod or Catch 21. Right?
They're both dropping significantly in here. Brother Rod was running for 16, did lose to, as you mentioned, to Sanawar after racing 4 wide early. Did well to only lose by a few lengths, or around, he lost by 8 lengths. And then he came back and proved he's still not a bad horse. He got an easy leg at maiden special weight, but still got a little tired. But I think the cut back to 6.5 is going to help him a lot. I think he gets the lead in here. He's going to be tough to beat. The 6 Catch 21 was right behind him. They were, there wasn't much between them in that last race when they were both racing that maiden special weight behind Soul Cat. And I agree with the 9 El Cid for Arnie Benowith, who excellent stallion. Of course, the father of Lance.
Stakes winner, Lance Benowith.
Stakes winner, Lance. 3, 5, and 9 in race number 5. On to the 6th race, $16,000. This is the other filly and mare race, non-2, non-3 lifetime, going a mile and 16. Really like the 8 horse in here, Estelado. I think this horse is really live, dropping from maiden from non, where's a 2 special. This horse wants to route and never had a chance to go long. It's been unfortunate. Just for whatever reason, the horse has never really had a chance to go a mile and 16. Got hurt last year. Came out this year. Couple of sprints, still had some time off in between races, and once again more time off. Decent work, just not facing a lot. These are a lot of 3-year-old fillies in here. A lot of horses have had quite a few chances. I think she's the quality filly in here. Put the 1 horse Miss Finality. Not sure if she wants to go long, but she's just because she's not a big filly, quite tiny, and definitely her sprints, are strong. Both of her races this year have been excellent for Mark Clucci, who's off to a great start this year. And I put the 6, so tell my husband, this horse does want to go long. I don't know if she wants to go long at the 16,000 level, but if a lot of these horses don't run to their expectations, don't tell my husband's as good as anyone in here. This horse is live as well. I went 8, 1, and I thought those, I really like, I don't want to go any deeper than 8, 1, and 6. I like those 3 horses.
I overlooked Estelado. Look at it now. Just because she hadn't run long, you look back, she only got beat a length enough by Baby's Got Track. I should add in there.
She's like 17 hands.
Got
she
a
just looks like a
426 Tomlinson. I overlooked her. I went to Miss Finality. She's off for 2 years and has come back, not in crazy tough races, but gets up to be such a bargain. Her first start at 8. Nice closing move. And then last time goes up to a 16 on 3 and a good second behind a big dropper in Omi. So I think Miss Finality will get the distance. And I got her on top of Don't Tell My Husband, the one you touched on. She's 2 for 2 at the distance. Whenever she's run long, she's won both of them. But she was cut out to be a nice mare. Even their last 2 starts, got beat by Riding on the Wind, who's a tough mare, and got beat by Hippie last time at the $8,000 non-3 level, who's a big dropper. And I put Winning Edge in the 3rd spot for our friend Ken Johnson. First start of the year, and she's going long, so that is going to be tough. But Hamill would add options in here. I like the fact that he sticks with Mike Anderson. Mike does very well with horses off a layoff. I got 1, 6, and 4 in the 6. On to the 7th. Fillies and mares, 4 non-3, going a mile 16th. Our good friend Rob Maben has 4 in here, and for that, I put him on top. Forever Crystal.
Yes, he deserves
the win here. Forever Crystal ran a good 3rd last time behind Zygo, who's just been a monster at the $4,000 level. And La Rondine only got beat 2 1/4 by La Rondine. La Rondine, who's in this race, she's been running all winter. She's definitely got the fitness edge over. That was Forever Crystal's first race. She's got that out of the way. Now she goes long, which is what she wants to do. Last time that Antonio Reyes rode her, actually, going long, was her last start last year, and she won by 8.5. I got Forever Crystal on top. of La Rondine figures to be a handful in here. She's been right there in all three of her races here. And when you go back to her form from California, she was good going long. You know, there's no mile 16th races, but she was very competitive at races going a mile. Broke her maiden actually going a mile at Golden Gate. Got her in the second spot. And who did I put in the third spot? Oh, B, a whole auger. Another Maven horse, another one that wants to go long. 5 for 7 in the money at today's distance. I put her in the third spot. 1-3-2.
I kind of like the 5-horse Storm Cruiser in here. I thought this horse really wants to go long. The horse's best races have been going along, I think.
Yeah.
The only time it's run poorly was against the boys, against One Big Promise, and better horses, better, tougher geldings.
Yeah.
But her 2 races last year going a mile 16 were very good. And this spring she's been running well sprinting, and I think she gets to stretch out and do what she wants to do. I think it's between her and La Rondine. And of the Maben runners, I thought Gogo Eileen maybe was the best. I thought her races last year, even though she's not as good as she was last year as yet, because she's only got one
start,
And but her mile 16th races last year, she beat quite a few of these horses going along. So I thought maybe she was worth a look. But I think 5 and 3 of the horses. I went 5, 3, and 6 in race number 7 on the 8th and final. Maiden $4,000 claimers going a mile on the 16th. The 2-horse Chase the Money ran way too good to lose last time. Just ran into a good Glenn Todd runner.
Remember Me Softly.
And Remember Me Softly. This horse was like a million lengths better than a lot of these that were in that race last time. I know Classic Victory was 3rd, but doesn't show up in this race. Chase the Money has speed, should be in good position. Definitely your horse to beat. Put the 3-horse Hessler in for 2nd. I think this horse wants to go along. Good even run last time, in a pretty good time. And I know it was just last week, but still I think this horse can run well. And I put the 4-horse Words Fail Me. It ran a little flat last time, but the blinkers go back on. I thought he was worth maybe 3rd in the tries. I like one of my best bets of the day is the 2 Chase. I mean, that horse it's going to be a chalk. It's going to be even money. But I mean, I just think the horse, you're looking for a single somewhere in your pick 4s, see the Sky pick 6s or whatever. I think you got to take
Chase
a good long look at Chase the Money.
Chase the Money and Dazzling Dawn would be your
2, 3, 4.
2 big bets on the day. I agree. Chase the Money on top for the reasons Mike mentions. I put Believable in the second spot. Yeah. Not a terrible race last time behind. Only got beat 3 lengths by Chase the Money. First time going long, bred to go long, should be better in her second start going long, his second start going long. And I put Words Fail Me in the third spot. Blinkers on, Antonio Reyes, Barb's heating up. 274 for me. In the nightcap, that'll do it for our analysis of the Saturday card. Up next on screen will be our picks. Mike, as always.
Back in race number 1, I went to the 1, Sheriff Clark. Going to go 1, 3, and 4. Race number 2, I went to the 1, Rachel Run. Over the 4 to Zanita Rose. Went 1, 4, and 3. Race number 3, I went to the 5, Yukon Bell, maybe to knock off the reigning queen right now, Dazzling Dawn. I'm going to go 5, 3, and 1. Race number 4, the 2 Santa War over the 3, Laguna Blaze, and the 6 Sunset Drive. And I think you need all 3 of them in your pick 4s or pick 6s. Race number 5, I went to the 3, Brother Rod. I think you can get away with 2 in here. 3 and 5, I think, at the top 2. I went 3, 5, and 9. Race number 6, I went to the 8, Estelato. 8, 1, and 6. I think you need all 3 of those, though. Race number 7, the 5, Storm Cruiser over the 3, La Rondine. And the 6, Gogo Eileen for 3rd. In the finale, probably the best key of the day, maybe, the 2, Chase the Money. I went 2, 3, and 4.
On my picks, there we go. Back in the first, I agree with Mike on number 1, Sheriff Clark over the 4 and the 3. In the second, I went to Zanita Rose, number 4 over the 3 and the 1. In the third, nice 3-year-old filly stake going along. I went to the 3, Dazzling Dawn. She has been dazzling so far this year. Over the 5, Yukon Bell, and the 4, Good Luck to You. In the fourth, I agree with Mike on number 2, Santa War over the 3 and the 4. In the fifth, I went to the 5, Catch 21 over the 3 and the 9. In the 6th, I went to the 1, Miss Finality over the 6 and the 4. In the 7th, went down to the rail, number 1, Forever Crystal over the 3 and the 2 and the nightcap. I agree with Mike on number 2. Very live, number 2, Chase the Money over the 7 and the 4.
Well, that'll do it for this edition of Handicappers Corner. Just a quick reminder, we do race, of course, on Sunday. First race at 150.
Yep.
Of course, today we race at 150 as well. 8 races on tap today, as well as 8 races tomorrow.
The first running of the Spaghetti Mouse.
Yes, we have 2 stakes races, or no, 1 allowance race and a stake race. The Spaghetti Mouse for 2-year-olds, headed by Take the High Road and Boundary Bay.
Boundary Bay, and
he's the reason. Those
yep.
3 look pretty solid in there, and then there's an allowance race that will feature pretty nice older horses. You know, Silvertown, Crackdown,
Crazy Prophet,
Opportunistic, and then of course
and
AP Zona.
3-year-olds, AP Zona.
Yeah, the 3-year-old stake didn't fill.
So AP Zona.
Nobody wanted to run against AP Zona, and so he's in an allowance race against older horses. That'll be interesting to see how he does as he preps towards the BC Derby. But interesting card tomorrow on the Sunday July the 16th program. As I mentioned, if you can't make it out though to Hastings, please do come on out here to the Derby Bar and Grill in the South Surrey area. We're at 176 and 0 Avenue, and come on out and lots of drink specials, food specials,
Yep.
lots of TVs, and lots of simulcasting going on this weekend as well. I think Songbird's running.
Yeah, she's in Pennsylvania or something like that.
Delaware. I think she's
Delaware.
the Delaware Handicap.
That's
but
right.
Lots of good simulcasting this weekend as well. On behalf of Drew, thanks everyone for tuning in to Handicappers Corner. We'll see you next time here on at the Derby Bar and Grill.